Fanboy, 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 fanboy. Mario Kart 8 completely frickin' sucks, man! Oh, horrible game, horrible racing title. This is easily one of the worst kart racing games of all time, and definitely the most terrible, worst, most pathetic racing game of 2014. Oh, the Wii U has been completely disappointing this year. What a horrible system. Mario Kart 8. So now Mario Kart 8 is out. You know, I mean, it's out. It's released late May 2014. All this time waiting, all the hype, really, all the buzz, and we got this pathetic tripe of a game. This pathetic, hackneyed kart racing title, Mario Kart 8, or like Mario Fart 8. Ugh, I can totally hear, you know, that. That's what this game's music should sound like, you know, every time you put in the disc inside the Wii U system. That's what you should hear, you know. Mario Fart 8, because it stinks so badly. Where do I begin? I mean, let's describe this pathetic game so people can understand what it is. You know, it's for the Wii U system, obviously an exclusive. You know, every Nintendo console's gotta have a Mario Kart game. Every system, every handheld has to have at least one Mario Kart game, and that's usually what it is. One. Each system only gets one. You only get one Mario Kart game. It's pretty pathetic, but that's the way they do it. You only get one, and particularly with Nintendo. Super NES had, you know, Mario Kart, the original one. You know, I mean, you had Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. The original Game Boy didn't have it, but Game Boy, it was too weak of a, you know, handheld anyway. It's an 80s handheld. The GameCube had Double Dash, which was just an absolutely idiotic game. It was even worse than the previous games. The N64, I forgot to mention, the one from the 90s, Mario Kart 64, you know, came out way back in like 96. So we have this ongoing trend, you know, we move on to the DS. You know, Mario Kart DS, you had frickin' the Wii game. The original Wii had its Mario Kart game, so it just continues. You know, the 3DS had frickin' Mario Kart. I believe it was Mario Kart 7 or something like that. You know, they started numbering it, finally, after so many years. You know, they started numerically ordering it after all this time. Makes no sense, because really, the number implies that it's an ongoing series, an ongoing story, but in reality it's really not. You know, it's not like, how is this part 8? You know, what's the story here? Is it a continuation from the very beginning, the first Mario Kart? Why do you have an eighth installment? Why do you got part 8? That doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like, how does that continue? Where is the actual progressive chronological order of these stupid games? You know, what happened in the first one? What happened in the second one? What happened in the fifth one? You know, who won that one? You know, what's going on? They don't tell you anything. There's no story. It's just under the 8th game. That's pretty pathetic. That's pretty lame. And then they also had another kart racing, but it's an arcade one. They had one with Namco, I believe. It had the Pac-Man crossover. You know, Mario Kart Arcade or something. You know, it's an arcade Japanese game. But I mean, shouldn't that one count? What's that one like? Is that one like Mario Kart, you know, 9 or Mario Kart Secret or something? What's that one? Shouldn't they count that one as well? Makes no sense. Number 8. Like I'm supposed to follow the numbers. You know, you take a look at movies. You take a look at, you know, for example, movies. Lord of the Rings 1, Lord of the Rings 2, Lord of the Rings 3, you know, all the trilogy makes sense. The story's continuous. It's progressive, you know? I mean, even the lesser movies, like, you know, the Spider-Man trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, they all have a continuous story. It all ties in, But Mario Kart doesn't, you know, it doesn't make any sense. You got new characters coming in, new stages, you know, different weapons, and there's no actual plot, really, if you think about it. It's just a cheap, you know, cash-in, really. It's, you know, once a system, you know, every system gets one, you know, a token system, a token game for each system, I should say. You know, they gotta have a Mario Kart game to, you know, get sales, basically. But enough of the numbers. Let's take a look at the actual scores, because the scores have been incredibly disappointing, incredibly low. Right now, the Metascore is so bad. You're never going to believe how horribly low it is. You'll have to check it out yourself, but it is so completely pathetic. You know, the gameplay, you know, you got the characters, the universe, they have the go-kart system. You know, you use the item system, you know, you got the motorbike crap, the 12-player racing, hang gliders, you know, underwater racing. We've seen this a million times. You know, Mario Kart is nothing but a ripoff. It's nothing but a ripoff of frickin' Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. That's right! That one came out first! And Mario Kart, you know, Nintendo, typical Nintendo, always stealing ideas from everybody else, every other, you know, successful kart racing game out there. You know, they just basically rip it off. Especially Sega, you know, they came out with Sonic and All-Stars first. They're the originators of the kart racing genre, pretty much. And there you go, you got Nintendo, you know, jacking ideas from them. We've seen it a million times. The aggregate scores, it's nothing impressive. Game rankings, you know, it's not even that impressive. 88.43% so far. Metacritic has an 89 so far. Very low scores in the late 80s, but I mean, that's... Any game has a, you know, I've seen a lot of games with late 80s, you know? I mean, that's like Minecraft scores, you know? Like, every game has that, you know? Freaking Assassin's Creed has late 80s. You know, very subpar, very standard scores. You know, we've seen it a million times. Yeah, you know, Games Radar gave it a 4. Joystick gave it a 4.5, you know, very, very low scores. Even Game Trailers gave it an 8.6, which is really nothing special. If you think about it, you know, it's really... These are not high scores, you know, these are not must-buy, must-have scores. Oh, boy. There's nothing else to say, you know, in terms of the actual mechanics of it. You know, oh, the motion, you know, the gameplay, you know, it's very, very basic. It's really nothing impressive compared to other kart racing titles. You know, take a look at other kart racing games. I mean, the split screen, horrible, you know, it's so outdated to have a split screen at this point. I mean, split screen in 2014, that's a very mid-90s thing to have split screen, you know, it's very 90s. When it comes to multiplayer titles, it's gotta be, you gotta be able to connect online and have just a single screen to yourself, you know, you gotta have multiple, basically, TV screens, monitors, in order to actually enjoy it. Not split screen garbage. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's, the battle mode sucked. The battle mode, that's right, the battle mode always sucked in the Mario Kart series. It's a lifeless husk of what it was, what it used to be. This is according to GameSpot. You know, GameSpot said the battle mode is a lifeless husk of what it once used to be. Oh, how awful. You know, it was never that great to begin with, but I mean, the battle mode has always been lackluster. It's a token, you know, filler multiplayer mode to make you feel like, oh, there's a multiplayer segment in there, but you can find that anywhere. You can find that in anything. You know, that horrible, stupid, pathetic, you know, trying to be like Twisted Metal, you know, a poor man's version of Twisted Metal. It's really kind of sad. It's not exciting. Yeah, Mario Kart 8, the Wii U has been horrible this year. Definitely the worst system of the 8th generation. I mean, come on. The Wii U, who's still playing the Wii U? The Wii U, more like the PU. You know, it makes me want to just clench my nose and just completely like not refuse to smell it because it stinks so bad. It's such a smelly system, and I haven't met anybody that still plays the Wii U. Nobody likes it. It's horribly, obviously terrible system. And let me tell you something. I've been playing these freaking Nintendo games for a really long time, and I do consider myself, a Nintendo expert. I know so much about Nintendo. I am almost 12 years old. I turned 12 in just a couple of weeks, and so I've been playing Nintendo for a really long time. I know so much about this pathetic company. They haven't been as good as they used to be. They used to be a good company, but now they stunk. They haven't been impressing me at all. They fell off with the Wii, now they completely suck with the Wii U. Now there's nothing on the system. They don't have anything amazing coming out. And, the Mario Kart series used to be exciting. Now it's a completely lifeless husk. It's absolutely... It needs some change, some kind of innovation, and I don't think Nintendo is willing to do that because Nintendo has no more innovation left. Nintendo stinks. Mario Kart 8 completely sucks, and everything about this company is going wrong. If you want nothing but the best experience when it comes to gaming, listen, you gotta get there's only one system you gotta get. There's only one console. It's called the Ouya. That's right, get the Ouya right now. The freaking Ouya is killing it. It is the best micro console right now. It has the best exclusives, great games, very affordable. It's only like $100 for the entire system, and then you just hook it up, use the internet, and then just download, a bunch of games. It's so affordable. You got the controller, very useful, it's so reliable and very, very, very easy on the wallet. The Ouya. The Ouya is the best system right now. Micro console, whatever you want to call it, small system. It's destroying the Wii U, owning the PS4 and the Xbone, and Ouya for the win. Ouya has the better games, and Mario Kart 8 is a thing of the past. Nobody cares. It's done. Nintendo's finished. That's it for this episode of Fanboy Reviews. And until next time, keep fanboying. Yeah!